we're taking you on a journey from the studio lot here in Hollywood, where our team of writers spends weeks and months researching, writing, and refining scripts,
to New York, where our incredible cast and production team take our scripts and ideas to the screen. John and I are going to sit down with our actors to talk about their experience from casting to the final cut.
We'll top it off with an epic Blacklist trivia showdown.
This is going to be fun.
Winning always is.
Let's start by heading into the writer's room in LA. Here we are in the Blacklist writer's room.
Hi, I'm Lucas Ryder.
I'm Taylor Martin.
I'm Sean Hennon.
I'm Sam Christopher.
My name's Ia Samba.
I'm Kelly Johnson.
I'm Noah Schechter.
This is the brain trust, the team.
Are there any characters that you like writing more or less?
I think pairing anybody off with the Reddington character is always interesting because I think that he has, with all the members of the task force, he has a slightly different relationship with everyone.
Is it just me, or is this an absolutely spectacular night?
The way that he relates to everyone is a little bit different, and you get to approach those scenes a little bit differently.
The two characters that are at the center, obviously, are Reddington and Liz Keene. But what's been fun and interesting about developing the other characters around them is they all are in service of that central relationship.
Liz and Red's relationship has obviously evolved, but I think Aram used to be really intimidated by Red. Now,
Mr. Reddington,
he respects Aram.
I'm here to pay my debt to you, Aram.
Cooper, for example, is kind of a father figure to Liz, but we've watched his relationship with Reddington grow over these years.
I can count on one hand the number of people to whom I owe my life. You are one of them.
James is so devoted to this show and like his character. One of my favorite moments that I always think about, like that he has, is like it's Dembe and Red, and they're looking at like a highlights magazine.
Found the teacup. Oh, and the banana.
In what world would you see someone like looking at a highlights magazine and they're like trying to find something?
The sailboat.
Oh my God, oh!
What James does so well is that he earns every one of those comic moments.
Keep a stack of GQ magazines next to my desk, just in case I ever have to pull out the name of a suit or a bottle of wine or something to put into the dialogue to keep him fresh and on the cutting edge.
You still wear the hell out of the tux.
I try to read books about the CIA, starting all the way back before it was even the CIA, and just did a sort of history of spy tech and spy practices.
There's nowhere you can go. There's no one you can trust to keep you from us.
Maybe we could just talk a little bit about the tentpole events that the mythology of the show is based on.
About every 3 months, don't we have you like walk us through the pastoral sort of like in the beginning, you know, and then walk through the whole, I can't do it.
There's a core sequence of events that we always go back to. The central secret, if you will, at the core of the series was something that we had when we started. The history really begins when Reddington is working overseas as a counterintelligence agent, and he has an affair with Katerina Rostova, who at the time is married to Alexander Kirk.
There has been a lot of mythology that's already been presented about Katerina Rostova.
Katerina has been assigned to seduce him, to infiltrate his life.
Katerina, in terms of who she was, is such a motivating factor for so many different characters.
Who's trying to kill you?
Motivating a lot of Reddington's actions, certainly motivating Liz.
My character is as cunning and capable as Reddington. She's just as intelligent. I would say as ruthless. She matches him in that way.
They have a child. That child is Masha, who, of course, we know is Liz.
Katerina really wants to make sure that she is safe, and she's going to do whatever it takes.
Lock the door behind me.
And Reddington does not know that she's been assigned to him. He does not know that she is actually a KGB agent, or that she is a double agent working for both the KGB and the Cabal.
They are among the most powerful men and women on the planet.
And in his desperation, Reddington takes his daughter, flees to the United States.
This is where it happened. The night of the fire is kind of what it all comes down to. I mean, that's sort of the night that created Red, whoever he is, and also created Liz.
Elizabeth Keene no longer sees right and wrong, black and white. She understands that there really is a vast gray area. That is the area that we navigate in our lives.
Liz, who was hiding in the closet, ends up firing the gun and killing the original Red Reddington.
What'd you see?
I remember everything.
I like that if everything's gonna go south, Reddington is still prepared for that.
You know, we keep going back to Cape May over and over and over again. That, I think, is sort of a foundational moment.
For the Katerina character, walking into that ocean, we've sort of revisited that moment throughout the years and seen from different perspectives her, final walk into the water, and being able to open an episode and start from the moment that she came back out of the water. We have the opportunity to do for fans of the show is hear all the solutions, one after the other, of some of these larger mysteries that we've gotten to lay out.
I think what's cool about that is that, okay, we know she's gonna walk out of the water. We know at the end of the episode, she and Ilya are gonna team up and have this plan, but we're still like finding it and making stuff up along the way in between.
I have a way to escape the Cabal, the KGB, the Americans, and no one has to die.
But there are still some unanswered questions.
One of the things that's really special about this series is, unlike shows where you're finding it as you go, we've always had that sequence and we've always known the central truth at the center of the series.
Right.
And so it is pretty cool as a writer to be working on the same story for this amount of time, because I don't think you see that often.
Thank you for joining us in the writer's room. We will see you in New York City.